Welcome to NNC News. I am Palak. Now the top news of the day. US President Donald Trump has announced that United States is extending the ceasefire with Iran, saying he will hold off on any military action until Tehran's leaders can come up with a unified proposal. However, Trump confirmed the US naval blockade on Iran's ports will remain in force, a condition Iran has called a direct violation of the ceasefire, stating it will not negotiate under the shadow of threats while the blockade continues. Meanwhile, dangerous new incidents have erupted at sea. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps seized 2 ships in the Strait of Hormuz and transferred them off to Iranian waters, while a third vessel was targeted and is now reported disabled off Iran's coast. Turning to Europe, a major security alert is unfolding in the United Kingdom. British police say counter-terrorism officers are investigating whether a string of arson attacks on Jewish sites across London are the work of Iranian proxies. Synagogues, Jewish charity ambulances and Persian language media company have all been targeted. A little-known group with claimed links to Iran has taken responsibility for many of the attacks and has previously been linked to similar incidents in Belgium and the Netherlands. Britain's Chief Rabbi has warned that a sustained campaign of violence and intimidation against the Jewish community is gathering momentum, and Prime Minister Starmer called the attack an assault on British itself. And the Iran conflict is now grounding tens of thousands of flights worldwide. Germany's Lufthansa group is cancelling 20,000 short-haul flights through October as it battles soaring jet fuel costs and the threat of fuel shortages in Europe linked to the ongoing war. Analysts note that jet fuel costs have more than doubled since the start of the conflict, with the rise adding over $100 to the average cost of a long-haul flight per passenger departing Europe. The European Union is expected to release emergency guidelines on managing limited jet fuel supplies imminently. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned with NNC for more updates. Welcome back. 2 more major stories from Capitol Hill and the courts tonight. A federal appeals court has ruled that Texas can require the 10 commandments to be displayed in public school classrooms. A landmark decision expected to reignite the national debate over the separation of church and state. And on the economy, President Trump's Federal Reserve Chair nominee Kevin Warsh told Congress he never promised the White House he would cut interest rates, even as the president publicly renewed his calls for the central bank to act. Democrats accused Warsh of shifting his positions on rates depending on who holds the presidency. Washington is also grappling with a funding standoff that could hit travels hard. The Department of Homeland Security has warned it could run out of money to pay airport security workers within the coming weeks, a warning that is rattling lawmakers on both sides of aisle. In response, Senate Republican leaders have normally declared they will attempt to bypass Democrats in a month-long statement over DHS funding, unveiling a plan to deliver as much as $70 billion of immigration enforcement on their own. On the domestic front, a significant political development out of Virginia. Virginia voters have approved a temporary constitutional amendment allowing Democrats, who controls the state government, to withdraw congressional districts and potentially add as many as 4 Democratic learning seats in the US House of Representatives. The move is part of a growing national redistricting battle sparked when President Trump pushed Republican-led states to redraw maps in the GOP's favor. With Virginia's decision, Democrats now hold an edge in as many as 10 new seats across the country, 5 in California, 4 in Virginia, and 1 court-ordered change in Utah. The outcome still faces legal challenges before the state Supreme Court. It's time for another short break. Stay tuned to NNC News for more updates. Welcome back. On Wall Street, it was a strong day for stocks, driven by the ceasefire extension or a wave of upbeat earnings. The Nasdaq Composite gained 1.2% and hit a new all-time intraday high. The S&P 500 added 0.9% and the Dow Jones advanced 371 Boeing shares jumped 3.5% after the company reported better than expected losses in the first quarter. losing just 20 cents per share, estimates of 80 cents, while revenues topped forecasts at $22.22 billion. Energy technology giant GE Vernova also surged after quarter revenue topped expectations at $9.34 billion. All eyes on Tesla tonight as the EV makers reporters after the closing bell. Tesla will release its first quarter 2026 result after the market closes today, with analysts watching closely as the company navigates falling. Delivered just 358,023 vehicles in quarter 1, roughly 7,600 below census estimated. In separate tech story, Robinhood's investment vehicle for retail invested has taken a $75 million stake in privately held OpenAI, one of the fund's largest investments to date, aimed at giving energy everyday invested exposure to transformative AI companies. That's all in this news bulletin. Stay tuned to NLC News for more updates.